Looking to get into the hydrographics? Let's go over a few things to make sure that you get the right process down and the best results. Hey guys, Bryan here from Liquid Concepts. So today we're going to talk a little bit about hydrographics in general, and this is just going to be a quick overview of how to do it, what you need to do, and just some general things that you might need whenever you're getting into the process. Now, there are a lot of videos out there. If you've checked out any of our videos, we have tons of everything out there. So if you want to get more in-depth detail, then definitely check out our YouTube channel. It has everything that you're probably going to need for getting into it. But this is just going to be a quick overview of what all you need to do to get into the hydrographics and to do it the right way. There's a lot of things out there that tell you can use spray cans and all of that, and we kind of just wanted to shoot a quick little video on what you need to get started into the hydrographics. So let's get started. So the first thing that you're gonna need is, of course, a bucket of water if you're getting into the hydrographics. Now, of course, we have our tank that we have back here. If you've seen any of our other videos, you can see that, we have a more professional style tank, but the first thing that you're gonna need is, of course, something to dip in. A lot of customers of ours, they will start out using a tote or something like that, but anything that can hold water, that is mainly what you're gonna need first. Now, the next thing is going to be the prep work, because of course, if you don't prep it out right, then it's not going to stick. And let's be honest, we don't want to go through all of this just to have something that doesn't stick and it doesn't last. So a couple of things that you want to do to make sure that you get the best adhesion and the best durability for your hydrographics. The first thing that you're going to start off with is do the prep work. So whether you are sanding it, you've got a Scotch-Brite pad, you've got a sandblaster or anything like that, you want to make sure that you get the surface properly prepped. Most of the time that's going to be with maybe a red Scotch-Brite if you're just getting into this, and you're going to want to scuff the entire thing down because you want something for the primer to bond to. So whether it is wood or metal or plastic or something like that, you've got to get that part abraded so that way the coating can actually stick to the part that you're spraying. Once you've got everything scuffed up, then of course clean it off, wipe it down, make sure everything is clean, dry, and ready to be applied with the primer. And then of course, once you have that, set it up in a good, well-ventilated area, in a paint booth or something like that, and make sure that you've got everything as clean as possible. Once you've got that, then we're gonna go ahead and spray down our primer. Now the primer is something that we really prefer whenever we're doing the hydrographics. It gives you a lot better foundation, it makes everything stick a lot better, and it bonds a lot better to the part in general. Now we spray this over pretty much everything that we're doing, so we primer almost every job that comes in the door. Now, once you've got your primer down, then you're going to want to use a base coat. Now, you can use just about any base coat, but there are definitely limitations to this, and I'm gonna just do a quick little overview of this, and mainly the fact of you do not wanna use single stage paints like a Krylon or something like that. Now, I'm not saying that they don't work, but they will dry too quickly and then the dip will not stick. It's definitely better to use a form of hydrographics paint or maybe even a base clear system from an automotive side. So once you've got that down, then you're pretty much ready to go in and start your dip. So we've got our prep work that we have the primer on the part, and then we've got the paint that we're applying over it to give it, number one, something for the dip to stick to, and then number two, the correct base color for that film itself, because you don't want to be spraying a black and you're dipping with a black and clear and then you just get black on black and you don't see anything. So make sure that you've got the right base color for the film that you're selecting. Once you've got the part already base coated and you're ready to go, then we're going to take our film, roll it out, and of course lay it down in the water area that you've got. Now, on something like this is where you're gonna probably refer back to the manufacturer that you bought the film from. Most of the time, it's probably gonna be somewhere around 60 seconds or 1 minute on the water, and you're gonna be wanting to be around 80 to 90 degrees. Now, of course, that can vary depending on the manufacturer, but that's a good starting point. So once you've got that set down on the water, then you can go ahead and spray your activator. Now, this is super critical because if your activation is not correct, it is not gonna stretch, it's not gonna stick, and nothing is going to work correctly. So make sure that you get that dialed in. And if, of course, you need more assistance with the activation, we've got a lot of videos on that, so definitely check those out. We'll try to put some links in the description below, so that way you can check those out as well. Once you've got everything glassed out and everything is looking just like glass on the water, now is the time to go ahead and dip your part. And this is, of course, where all the magic happens. So we're gonna take our part, go nice and slow down into the water, and then we're going to pull it back out, and you'll see a beautifully finished product if everything goes right. So once we've got that done, then you'll notice that it has a little bit of a film still on it. It almost feels very slimy or something like that. And so this is where the rinsing process comes in. Once we have dipped it, we will put it in our rinse station, or you can spray it off even with like just even a shower setting with a water hose or something like that, but you mainly need to rinse the part off. Once you've rinsed it off for a few minutes and you no longer feel any slimy areas or anything like that, and it feels just like a normal part, now you're ready to let it dry. Then you can do any touch-ups. Now, touch-ups are gonna be very simple most of the time, a little dot here, a little dot there, if everything goes right, and then we can get it all back into the paint booth or your well-ventilated area, and we're ready for the clear coat. Always make sure that you've got the right clear for the right job. And what I mean by that is mainly there is a lot of different clears out there. You have flat clears, semi-gloss clears, satin clears, even gloss clears. So if you're doing certain jobs, make sure that you got the right clear for the right job. Most of the time, automotive pieces are gonna get a high gloss. Hunting pieces or guns or anything like that are gonna get more of a satin or a dead flat clear. So they do make all different kinds of clears, so you can definitely choose whichever one is gonna be best for that application. Once you've got everything clear coated, normally you can let it sit overnight or about a day or two, and then after it is all said and done, everything is ready to go, and you should have a beautiful part that has came out with a fully custom one-off Hydrographics look, and you are now the proud owner of that part. Or maybe you did it for a buddy and you got the satisfaction of doing it all by yourself. So of course, there are tons of other little things that can go wrong or that you might need to do on certain items, whether it be a plastic or a wood or something like that. And if you're interested in getting into all those little technical details, definitely check out some of our other videos we have. They cover almost everything that you're gonna need to know for the Hydrographics, with the prep work, the clear coating, the painting, even the dipping and all of that. So definitely check those out. We're gonna have a link to our YouTube videos, so that way you can check those out in the description below. But hopefully this video has really helped you guys out. Of course, if you have any questions or comments, definitely leave them below. Always love to hear from you, as well as if you want to see more videos like that, hit the subscribe button. We'd always love to have you subscribe to our weekly tips on anything Hydrographics related. If you're looking at getting into the Hydrographics and you're wanting to get supplies or anything like that, definitely check out the website. We're gonna have links in the description below, so that way you can check all that out, as well as if you wanna just get into it with more of a budget-friendly manner, then check out our DIY dip kits. They are amazing. They come with everything that you're gonna need, and it is very, very affordable. So definitely check that out as well. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed the video. I'm Bryan from Liquid Concepts, and this is how we customize your world. We'll see you guys next time.